Good morning, class. We're going to be covering solving inequalities using addition and subtraction, and then multiplication and division. So the primary focus of today will be inequalities. So there's four symbols you need to know. You know less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. And less than or greater than is going to be an open circle, okay? So open circle, meaning when you're graphing it on a number line, less than or equal is going to give you something like this. So x is less than 3. It's going to give you an open circle on 3. Okay? Same thing with greater than, same property, but you're going to graph to the right. Okay? Less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. So let's say we have a number line again. Let's say this is 4, and x is going to be greater than or equal to 4. So we fill in this closed circle, and it's going to be to the right. Okay? So less than is going to be to the left, greater than is going to be to the right, greater than is going to be a closed circle. Okay? Okay, so that's the basics of graphing inequalities. We're going to cover these in class again just to remind you. So make sure you've kept notes so that you will be able to answer our questions. Okay? So, writing and graphing inequalities. So it says the highest temperature recorded in the United States was 134 degrees Fahrenheit. Write an inequality. So what you do is you write temperature is going to be less than or equal to 134, because highest means that it can't be greater than this. You make our number line. Technically with my number lines, you do not need to include every number. So you can include 134. And because this is less than, you go to left, and it's equal to, you fill in the circle. Okay? So that's less than or equal to. Okay, let's continue on. So write an inequality expressed by the graph. Okay, this is a good one to blow up a little bit. So let's blow it up. That's not going to look pretty, but we'll do it this way. Okay, so write the equation. So notice first one has an open circle and negative 6.5. Okay, negative 6.5 means that that's going to be less than or less than. No, sorry, not less than. It's not going to be equal to, but it's to the right, so it's greater than. So how we would write that is we would write x is greater than negative 6.5. The other one is to the left, and it's a closed circle. So the next one is x is less than or equal to 4. Okay? Here, we can do this for another problem. Don't worry, we will do practice problems on this. Okay? Equivalent inequality. So if you add or subtract, it's going to be the same. So if you have a is greater than b, and you add c to both sides, it's going to stay the same. Sorry. It's going to stay the same. Same thing, if a is larger than b, then a minus c is going to be larger than b minus c. Okay? So these are equivalent expressions. Now, is it the same thing as you have an equal sign? The answer is yes. So if I have an equal sign, greater than or equal to, or even if I have less than or equal to, it's going to be the same thing. Okay? So addition property. Okay, so if you have a is less than or equal to b, then a plus c is going to be less than or equal to b plus c. Okay, it's the same thing. Both sides, it's going to stay the same relationship. Okay? It's going to be the same thing with subtraction, but I combine them, okay? So, addition and subtraction, equivalent. If you add or subtract the same number on both sides, the inequality stays the same. X minus 5 is greater than negative 3.5. So what would you do? You would add 5 to both sides. So that 5 cancels. So you have x is greater than 1.5. So graphing this, you get 1.5 right here. Open circle to the right. Okay? You do need to graph some of your solutions, okay? So hopefully they have it in Delta Math. If you're confused, Delta Math's method might be slightly different than if you did it by hand, but you should be able to understand it. Okay, same thing with subtraction. So the subtraction property of inequalities is if you have, right, A is less than B, then A minus C is going to be less than B minus C. So it doesn't matter what you're adding or subtracting as long as it's the same thing on both sides, okay? So let's do a problem. 9 is greater than or equal to x plus 7. So we subtract 7 from both sides. 2 is greater than or equal to x. Well, this is pretty simple. So we have 2. We have a filled in circle because it's equal to. And we have to the left because x, you can also write this as x is less than or equal to 2. If you need to, there's another way of writing this right here. Okay? And make sure you graph your solution again. Okay? And that's how we do addition and subtraction. Okay, let's keep going. So if we have a question, word problem, there's a pretty straightforward way of solving it. So you're checking a bag at the airport. Bags can weigh no more than 50 pounds. So 50 pounds is the maximum, right? And your bag weighs 18.5, so W plus 16.8. And so we're solving this problem. So what do we need to do? We need to subtract 16.8 from both sides. That would give us 0.2, 3, and 3. So 33.2 would be greater than or equal to W. Graph that. 33.2. It's gonna be okay. So you can solve this. Your luggage can't weigh more than 33.2. Okay, pounds. Okay, so that is it for this video. Remember, greater than, less than equal to, greater than or equal to. Remember the addition rule and remember the subtraction rule. That's everything from this video. So if you need to, you can go back and check. There's a few rules about the words used, but we'll come back to that later. Okay? Okay, see you in the next video.